Hello and welcome to another 7 stories in 7 minutes. Now today I just want to, I know I keep focusing on it, but data. Everything's about data. It's very, very, very valuable and very precious, and the UK is at the centre of handing out our data, NHS data, to pretty much the rest of the world. We already know that Palantir have got control of the NHS app and our data, and Palantir, Mossad, CIA, where is your data going? Well, this week I want to focus on this story from the Telegraph. China is to be given access to UK patients' health data. So researchers may be allowed to see NHS data despite security fears, that's MI5 by the way, over the regime acquiring sensitive information. I'm very uncomfortable with anybody having my data, quite frankly, which is why I don't have the NHS app. And it's why I've been asking many people to scrap the app. And if you know somebody that's got it, please tell them to get rid of it. Apparently over 40 million of us have now. But the fact that data is also going to China, in my opinion, is extremely worrying. And let's not forget that Imperial College has a very high proliferation of Chinese students. And in fact, when Xi Jinping was last in the UK for a state visit, he made it his business to go and visit Imperial. So think on, and I want to stay with the China theme for story 2 actually. This is just a slide with a few front page headlines because this is how important China are in the bigger picture. So you'll see in the Times they're saying that China's been assured that Labour are going to progress a super embassy. Really? A Chinese super embassy in London, right next to the Tower of London. Think on. Keep your eyes out for that. If anybody can see something happening there, please let me know. And also, Keir Starmer, oh, he's in so much trouble, isn't he, right now? But he's also facing a grilling because there was secrets and highly confidential information passed to China from spies working in this country. And all of a sudden, the charges have been dropped. The MPs want to talk about it, but it would seem that our Prime Minister is very keen to sweep it under the Chinese table, should I say. Chinese whispers? I don't think so. So, China spies literally everywhere. Story 3, this is, this is a new, well, it's not new, it's another government department that I didn't even know existed, DASA. Have you heard of them? DASA. This is the Defence and Security Accelerator. What do they do, you ask yourself? Well, they're a bit like ARIA, I guess. They're kind of sucking up all of these young ideas, entrepreneurial ideas, innovative ideas of ways to augment us. That's fusing medical devices and robotics and stuff with the human body. Perhaps your phone, fusing your phone with the human body. There's more to come on that and the subject of transhumanism, so keep an eye out for Debi's dots. DASA, Defence and Security Accelerator. Now you know who they are. Keep an eye out. Let's go to the next story. Story 4. If you're in Wales, look up. You might see a drone. And if you haven't ever seen a drone before or heard a drone, you might want to go to YouTube and listen to one because it sounds like you've got a lawn mower literally above your head. I mean, I've heard one and it drove me mad within a couple of minutes. So we know that the skies are going to be full of drones, and we know that also it's going to be full of noise, and it's going to send a lot of people a bit crazy, including me probably. So enjoy this that you're getting in Wales, because it's the blood transfusion service and the ambulance service who are going to be using this, and it's to generate data. Oh, here we go again. Generating data that could shape UK-wide regulatory policy. Well, regulators. Could that be the MHRA or which other regulator? Because they're all enablers, let's face it. Let's jump to the next story, where I was really shocked actually. I've got a couple of slides to illustrate, but pharmacists are being abused, shouted at, yelled at, because patients seemingly are wanting to have COVID boosters. I didn't think there would be many people rushing to get a COVID booster, but seemingly I happen to be wrong, according to the BBC and also the Daily Mail, who are both running this story with the fact that pharmacists are saying it's unsafe, because people are coming in expecting to be COVID jabbed, and actually they're only allowed a flu jab. And the reason for this is because the government have said that it's only the 75s and over that need to have a COVID booster. So anybody under the age of 75 who isn't deemed vulnerable or immunosuppressed isn't eligible to get one. And it seems there are an awful lot of people that are very upset. And I was shocked, quite frankly, just shocked, which is why I've included it in this week's news. And staying on the subject of vaccines and staying on the subject of data and online, you've now got a vaccine hub to improve delivery online, specifically as well for children, because they want to get childhood vaccination rates up. Wonder why? Parents don't seem to be buying into it. Well done, parents. But this is all part of the WHO's reorganisation plan to get jabs in arms as soon as possible. So keep your eyes out. You need your digital ID, but vaccines online on the way. And finally, well, I hope this is going to make you smile a bit because it's crazy. But according to the Express, ladybirds carrying sexually transmitted diseases have been invading British homes. I think I'll leave it there. Oh, but just know the STDs that the ladybirds have got, don't worry, it doesn't pass over to humans. But I'll just leave you with that story. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember, no doom, no gloom. Remember, keep smiling.